The Hayom Yom for the 26th of Iyaar. The language we use is very important. In a letter back to an editor of a Jewish newspaper in Winnipeg, Canada, the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe pointed out his choice of words of describing himself. There was a little bit a note that said the editor was writing from the cold Canada. The Frierdiker Rebbe did not like the description of a Jewish community being called cold. After many years of working with all types of Jews and all different communities, he wrote that he had come to recognize clearly that a Jewish heart is an ever-flowing spring and definitely not cold. In another similar story, the Lubavitcher Rebbe did not like being called cold himself. Mr. Jaffe was an Englishman, and he had come from England with a group of fellow Londoners to visit the Lubavitcher Rebbe. In the letter, he commented that when they came back from their trip, they all came back and they got a cold. The Rebbe responded, how could a person come back from 770 and get a cold? Couldn't one leave the center of energy where there's warmth and go back with a cold? The Rebbe finished the letter by saying, I pray that what has been said above should have an impact on myself, that my conduct, my behavior should leave no room for any possibility of any form of coldness in others. Meaning the Rebbe took responsibility for the other person's terminology of coldness. In both these stories, the idea of giving any form of criticism, even using the term coldness, is a serious matter and should not be taken lightly. If any form of criticism must be given, the Torah actually gives us a formula that we could use. In Vayikra, Perek Yotes, Pasuk Yud Zayin, it says, Lo yisisnes achecha, you should not hate your fellow man, b'vavecha, in your heart, ha'cheach techiach esamisecha, you should certainly rebuke your nation, v'lo yisisa olav chet, and you should not carry upon him a sin. And this explains actually a three-step process of how a person is able to give any form of criticism that will actually work. So first, there needs to be a great level of genuine love in one's heart to be able to criticize another person. If there's any form of negative emotion or jealousy or feeling towards the other person, then better be quiet and not say anything, because the person definitely will feel it. Now, if one has that genuine love and the listener still does not follow through, then the criticizer is actually still at fault. For the words that were shared did not truly come from his heart. For if they would have been, they certainly would have been heard and followed through with. So the Frierdiker Rebbe gives the following analogy to make it even more practical. Obviously, it has to come from the heart. What's one of the ways a person can do that? So he gives an analogy. Just a person is performing like a medical operation. The first thing they need to do is anesthetize the place where the incision is going to be. And that's going to minimize the pain. So too, the main thing with rebuke. If the intention is actually to heal the soul, you have to reduce the pain as much as possible. And that will benefit the other person. And that's the form of love. Because if a person gives rebuke without the love before or without the love in the voice and the tone, then all the person feels is like a knife cutting them without the anesthesia. Here's an example. Have an excellent heart with true love. That's the form around your soul trying to get out and connect with another person. And then if you really mean it, then you will have that true effect.